The statue had been built to face the ocean, her torch lifted not in defiance but in welcome. For over 2 centuries she had stood there, green with age, copper skin etched by wind and salt, watching ships arrive full of hope and leave full of memory. Liberty had seen empires rise and fall from a distance. She had heard the echoes of wars carried on the water, but nothing had prepared her for the silence that came after the last evacuation ships disappeared beyond the horizon. The city was burning. New York had always been loud. Even in grief, even in fear, it roared. But now the sound was different. A low, constant thunder of collapsing steel, the hiss of fires eating through concrete, the distant crack of weapons far beyond human hands. Above it all hovered the invaders' machines, black shapes cutting across the sky like wounds that refused to close. They had come without warning. No declaration, no negotiation, just arrival. At first, humanity fought back as it always had, with missiles, jets, speeches full of brave lies. Then the skies fell. Satellites went dark, power grids failed, cities became islands of chaos, governments fractured, and finally the order was given. Evacuate who you can, save what knowledge remains, and retreat. Liberty watched them leave. Helicopters buzzed around her crown in those final hours, loading refugees onto ships anchored just beyond the harbor. Soldiers moved with desperate efficiency, knowing they were buying time, not victory. One by one, the vessels departed, carrying the last remnants of organized resistance toward inland sanctuaries. When the final ship pulled away, a lone soldier remained behind. His name was Elias Crow. He stood at the base of Liberty's pedestal, helmet tucked under one arm, rifle slung uselessly across his back. He had disobeyed orders, he knew that. But some places demanded witnesses. "They're not coming back for us," he said aloud, though no one was there to hear him except Liberty. No one knew when it happened, when the statue stopped being just stone and metal and became something more. Maybe it had always been so, a quiet consciousness shaped by centuries of belief, or maybe it was the moment the first invader's shadow passed over the harbor, blotting out the sun, that something ancient and human stirred within her. Liberty felt him before she heard him, a pulse of defiance, small but sharp, like a match struck in darkness. "You stayed," she thought. The thought surprised even herself. Elias froze. He turned slowly, eyes scanning the empty plaza. The wind carried ash through the air and the torch above him flickered, not with fire but with an unfamiliar golden glow. "I'm losing my mind," he muttered. No, the voice came again, resonating through metal and stone. "You are standing your ground." Elias dropped to one knee, not in fear but in instinct. "Lady Liberty?" If she could have smiled, she would have. "I was built as a symbol," she said. "But symbols gain weight when people believe in them. And belief can awaken even stone." The sky darkened as one of the invaders' walkers emerged from the smoke, a towering construct of steel and light, its limbs unfolding with mechanical precision. Its presence pressed down on the air itself, a reminder of humanity's insignificance. Elias stood. "Then I guess this is it." Liberty felt something then, rage, ancient and burning. Not the blind fury of destruction, but the righteous anger of every voice that had ever been silenced, every life that had ever sought freedom on those shores. "This land was never theirs to take," she said. The torch flared, light surged through her arm, racing along copper veins that had never been meant to carry power. The statue groaned, joints screaming as the impossible happened. Liberty moved. Stone cracked, metal tore. Elias stared in awe as the colossal figure stepped down from her pedestal, the ground trembling beneath her weight. Her broken chains fell away, shattering on the pavement like the last remnants of hesitation. The invader fired first. A beam of white-hot energy tore through the air, striking Liberty's chest. Copper melted, stone exploded outward. Elias was thrown back, skidding across the plaza. Liberty staggered but did not fall. She raised the torch, now blazing like a newborn sun, and brought it down. The light struck the walker dead center, overwhelming its shields, melting through alien alloys that had never known resistance. The machine screamed, a sound not meant for human ears, before collapsing in on itself, reduced to slag. More machines turned toward the harbor. Liberty straightened, damaged but unbroken. "Elias Crow," she said, her voice softer now, strained. "You must go." He wiped blood from his brow and shook his head. "Someone has to remember this." Another blast tore through her arm, severing it at the shoulder. The torch fell into the water below, steam erupting as it sank, but the light did not go out. Liberty roared, she charged. For hours or perhaps minutes, time lost meaning. She fought. Each step shattered streets, each blow brought down another invader. Her body broke piece by piece, but her will only burned brighter. She was no longer a statue. She was an idea made flesh. And ideas do not surrender easily. At dawn, the harbor was quiet. The invaders had withdrawn, their advance stalled by something they could not calculate. Smoke drifted across ruined water. The city lay broken but standing. Elias crawled from the wreckage, every bone aching. He looked up at what remained of liberty. She was kneeling now, half submerged, her crown cracked, her face worn and fractured but peaceful. "They will return," she said faintly. But now they know, Elias swallowed. Know what? That humanity does not yield quietly. The light within her faded. Liberty became still once more. Years later, when humanity reclaimed the coast, they found her as she was, damaged, incomplete, yet unmistakable. They rebuilt the city around her ruins. Children learned her story not as myth, but as truth. And whenever the world grew dark, whenever freedom seemed fragile, people looked to the harbor and remembered, liberty did not fall. She stood her ground.